Hi, I'm General Booty. I'm the quarterback at the University of Oklahoma, and you are now tuned into the greatest podcast on turf. Enjoy.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's second exclusive segment from the greatest podcast on turf. I'm Ryan.
I'm Anthony.
And we got our weekly best bet series. Last week we were 4-1-1. So we're gonna look to continue on that. You know, we're positive right now, and we're gonna do the same.
Yeah, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Be sure to check out our Fantasy Football Stardom Sit-em episode from yesterday. We dropped a mid-season 2024 NFL mock draft earlier in the week, so go check that out as well. Without further ado, what is your first best bet of the week?
I'm gonna get this out of the way because it's not NFL. I struggled finding 3 NFL bets that I
found
really liked.
4 that I kind of liked.
Yeah, it's a rough week. I went with Utah -11 at home against Arizona State. I understand what just happened to Utah and how they got destroyed by Oregon. I get it. However, this is back-to-back home games for them, and they're playing against an Arizona State team that I'm not that confident in. I feel like this line should be higher. I feel like that Arizona State is getting kind of more respect than warranted after, holding Washington pretty close, beating Washington State. I get it. However, this is the same team that got destroyed by Fresno State. This is the same team that got beat by California.
Nice.
And this is the same team that struggled against Southern Utah week 1. They lost to Oklahoma State when they were horrible. So I don't believe in this Arizona State squad. I believe in Utah, and I believe in that defense. And I feel like that defense is going to cover the 11-point spread at home. I think they bounce back. I think they're that type of team to be able to bounce back. Give me Utah.
Yo, my first bet of the week. I hate it. It's gross and it's disgusting. But I think it's a good bet. It's the Giants plus 1.5 traveling across the country to Vegas.
It can go either way.
Now, I hate this because Vegas has a new head coach, or an interim head coach. Last year, I feel as though, or a couple years ago when they did it, I feel as though they found some success before they hired Josh McDaniels. But at the same time, Jimmy G's benched. It's Aiden O'Connell. He held his own versus the Chargers earlier in the season, but again, it's one of those situations where he's coming in as a starter. You don't have any film on the guy besides college, so you don't really know what you're going to get. Now, there is a very small sample size, but the Giants' defense has been playing, I feel as though they've been playing pretty good as of late.
But all right, they just traded away Leonard Williams, so it might hurt a little bit.
Hurt a little bit, but, I mean, again, Daniel Jones is back and healthy. Tyrod's off the injury report just in case something happens there with Jones, but hopefully it doesn't. No limitations in practice this week. The Giants are just, I feel as though the Giants can be a little competitive. It's just they're so injured and their O-line is so bad because of how injured they are. So it's really that. I think this is a very winnable game for the Giants. So I get they're traveling across the country, but again, you have a rookie inexperienced quarterback in Aiden O'Connell and a Giants team that, they're not the best team in the world, but I feel like against these bad teams, they can kind of hang in there with them. We saw them hang with the Jets last week. So I think the Giants can get it done.
My next best bet, it is the Browns -8 at home against the Cardinals. The Browns are a team that kind of shocked the world when they beat the 49ers, and then they fell off a little bit, struggled against the Colts, and ended up losing to the Seahawks. However, I still believe in this team to bounce back this week against the Cardinals. The Cardinals are now starting either Clayton Tune or Kyler Murray. I think if Kyler started, I wouldn't take this bet. However, I am taking this bet as Clayton Tune's playing because I'm pretty sure he is. That's what I would put my money on, him playing. And I just don't trust him to travel to Cleveland and take on this defense. I feel like it's going to be messy. I wouldn't start any Cardinal in fantasy. I'm going to touch on that in the start sit episode, but give me the Browns -8 on this one. Sometimes, it's got to bet against the really bad teams. That's kind of what I've been doing it's been working. So give me the Browns -8. Watson is questionable to play. I'm not really worried if he does or doesn't. So I'm rocking with him no matter what in this scenario, except for the Kyler Murray thing. So Browns -8 at home versus the Cardinals.
Yeah, I like that one too. I feel like it's fair. We don't know what we're going to get from the Cardinals this week. The Browns have one of the, if not the best defense in football this season so far. Again, bet against the bad teams. It normally works. Next up, I got the Eagles and Cowboys going over 425, game of the week in Philly. going over 46 points. If I remember correctly, the last 5 games, 4 of them have gone over 46. So they got that on their side.
Good chance.
I looked at it earlier. I just don't remember if it was like 4 out of the last 5 or 5 out of the last something.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 4 of the last 5.
4 of the last 5 have gone over 46 points. I mean, this is a team where Dallas's secondary has been, they've been spotty at times, I feel like. I mean, you probably watch more Cowboys football than I do. But I feel like they've been spotty. They've played good when they need them to, but losing Trayvon Diggs really hurt. And the Eagles' offense has been going, especially A.J. Brown. We saw Devontae Smith finally get back last week. And then on the Eagles' side of the ball, their defense has been spotty as well. They're injured. The corners have regressed a lot since last season and what we saw, especially Darius Slay. So, I mean, Dallas has shown the ability to score a lot of points this year. It really just depends on what type of, which of these offenses you're going to see. Are you going to see the Eagles' high-powered offense or Dallas's high-powered offense, or are you going to see 2 offenses that just shit the bed? I think it's going to be a good game. 2 of the NFC powerhouses going at it. Huge rivalry, arguably the biggest in football. So I like this game going over 46 points. I feel like it's a little low, to be honest, compared to, Buffalo, Cincy's 50.5. Miami, Kansas City's in the 50s too. I feel like that this could very easily be a 50, 51.5 over/under. So I like it going over.
Segue. Cowboys +3 in Philadelphia.
Nice.
We're doing it. Why? I think that they split, and I think that the Cowboys win this one. I feel like the Eagles haven't looked the greatest so far. I understand that they have the best record in football, but they've had some sloppy wins, and I don't think that passes this week. All similar opponents that the Cowboys and Eagles have played each other. The Cowboys did much better against them. The Eagles kind of struggled against the Rams. They lost to the Jets, and the Patriots they kind of struggled too. The Cowboys did not do that with any of those teams. They absolutely destroyed them. The Cowboys are coming off a game against the Rams, which you could argue is their best game so far. Granted, what they did against the Giants was really rough too, but losing Trayvon Diggs did hurt, and I think that he would be really good against A.J. Brown because he has the physical measurements to, do that. However, I still feel like they're going to be able to do the thing. Deron Bland has been playing absolutely out of his mind. Fresno State, shout out to them. Gilmore's still there, and the defensive line is playing amazing. The linebackers, the no-name linebackers that not many people would know are playing out of their mind. So I like the Cowboys in this one. Give me the 3 points. I would even consider the money line. I feel like they come in Philly and win this one. Dak Prescott's 8-3 against Philly. In the last 10 years, the Cowboys won 8 times, I believe, and the 2 losses were against Cooper Rush and Ben DiNucci. So I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, but Dallas definitely has owned Philly in the regular season in the past. So give me the Cowboys in this one.
For my last bet of the week, I'm torn. There's 2 of them. I don't like either of them enough. So I'm just going to go with my gut here.
USC over.
No. I stayed on NFL. I haven't dabbled into college yet. I am going to go with...
While he's doing that, you can tease the USC over. It's at 77. I feel like there's no way that USC and Washington don't score 70 points.
All right. Heads is the Bengals game. Tails is the Patriots game. Whatever it lands on, I'm picking. My last best bet of the week, the Patriots and Commanders going over 40.5 points.
So gross.
Now, I know it's gross, but I look at it like this. Washington just traded away their two of their probably top 3-4 best defensive players at the trade deadline. Their defense has already been spotty. New England didn't make any moves, but part of their lack of success on offense has been the lack of offensive line help, but it helps a lot when the team you're playing just traded away their 2 best edge rushers. So, I see this game going one of 2 ways. I see Washington blowing New England out, or I see a New England-Washington shootout where all these teams need to do is score 3 times to win, and that's where I'm at with it. 40.5. I like that game going over. Give me the Patriots, Washington going over 40.5. And before we wrap up, I have one more author out there. Oh, did you do 3 already? Mm-hmm. Oh, and before I wrap it up, another one I kind of like. This is not part of my bets. I do like Cincy -2. I think they win the game. I'm surprised it's really not a pick 'em. I think it's a little closer. But yeah, it's going to wrap this one up. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you.
Peace.